Hi everyone, Duke Danger here, another video on the 7th of March 2014. It came to my attention yesterday, and I might have been a bit slow on the uptake of this, but I sort of don't follow releases so much as video gaming news in general, so sometimes I miss a few things because it's such a broad spectrum. The new Batman game, or the new Arkham game I should say, Arkham Knight, it's not coming to Wii U, and there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for that, I know, and I'm not annoyed any more than I'm disappointed with the Nintendo fanboys. Everyone's kicking off, saying that Arkham Knight should be able to come to Wii U. Well, I don't think it should, because in terms of hardware, it's just not up to the part of Xbox One and PS4. I do think it's a shame that Rocksteady won't be releasing the game on the last generation of consoles, because that's where all of the other games in the franchise were, and it would be a shame for people to have to pay £400 just to finish that franchise. I think that's a bit of a poor move, to be honest, but it's not the first time something like that's happened. But I want to explain why I'm disappointed with people kicking off about it. And it's that the game won't be that good. And I know this for a fact. Looking at the trailer, which I've watched a bunch of times, trying to see if there's any difference at all in what they're doing. And I've read a few reports from Rocksteady themselves who are saying that they've tweaked the combat system, which is what they said they did for Arkham City. Felt largely the same. They also said Arkham City had an area 5 times bigger than Arkham Asylum, which they did. But that doesn't mean there was anything to do in that area. Sure, the area was larger, but did that make it a good thing? And no, it didn't. It lost the claustrophobic feel of Arkham Asylum, the narrow corridors, the maze-like infrastructure, the 3 small hub islands that didn't break the pace. You could just leave a building and run to the next one. Whereas Arkham City, you had to travel for quite a while. The same thing happened with Arkham Origins, with a stupidly designed map with that long bridge to the south, which was just pace-breaking. And now they're saying pretty much the same thing. The area will be 5 times larger in Arkham Knight than it was in Arkham City. Is that a good thing? No, it's not. It's a Batman game. It's supposed to be action-orientated, and they're removing a lot of the action here by having a huge city. Yeah, they've said you can have 50 people brawls. Will that make it better? No, it won't, because it doesn't matter how many people you can have in a fight. It doesn't matter how big the area is. If it is not interesting enough to hold someone's attention for that long, then it's not going to matter for shit. Yeah, they've added the Batmobile, but from what I can tell, that's the only proper addition on top of Arkham City, and that isn't a major thing. Being able to drive around a city does not make it fun. All that's going to do is make it like GTA featuring Batman. They've come up with a plot point to have all the citizens removed so you'll be able to drive around uninterrupted. They want the Batmobile to feel like the best car in any video game ever. That's a direct quote. But it's all bollocks. It's all bullshit. Because it's going to be the same thing with a car. That's all that means. They've increased the area, but it wasn't the surface area that they needed to change. It was the layout. They needed things to be slightly more linear, and they've ignored that, and they've gone for less linear. I'm in the group of people that doesn't think a sandbox makes a game better. Sometimes it's necessary for gameplay purposes. Sometimes it's completely unnecessary and can break gameplay purposes. I mean, Call of Juarez Bound in Blood. That game had 2 small sandboxes. They were completely fucking pointless. There was no need for them to be in the game. There was no need for them to have even considered putting those in the game. They were just pointless. A couple of the Sonic games had hubs in them, and they were pointless too. I mean, sometimes it's good to have linearity in a game, and I think the Arkham series is a prime example of that. The first one being the very best, and I don't think they'll ever top that. They're even using a lot of the same villains that were in Arkham City. Although I am quite disappointed I won't get to have Scarecrow as a bad guy, because I won't be buying Microsoft and Sony's new console editions. But am I really that bothered about not being able to fight Scarecrow? No, I can't say that I am. If I wanted to fight Scarecrow, I'd just play the first Batman again. And make no mistakes, the only reason Scarecrow is in it is so that they've got an excuse to have those trippy levels that they keep putting in. I know I'm cynical, but the game will be the same, and I'm bored of more of the same. And every single developer is guilty of that. Every single one. I want something truly unique, and no one is going to get that from the new Batman game. So Nintendo fanboys, stop complaining. Wait for Bayonetta 2, because that will probably be a better game. Rely on Nintendo, because their first party games are always good quality. And the quantity might not be there, but is that such a bad thing? I mean, I don't want to have to wade through a fuck ton of shit games to get to one gold nugget at the bottom. I don't want that. I've had enough of that with the Xbox 360 and the PS2. I want good quality games, and I honestly believe that the only company that can deliver that is Nintendo. So, yeah, the console might die in 3 years, but looking at Nintendo's previous release schedules, a new console will be due in 3 to 4 years anyway. So, there's no need to worry, Nintendo guys. Don't bother getting an Xbox One or a PS4 for that one game. It's not worth it, because who's to say that they won't have only 2 or 3 great games and 50, 60 shit ones? Whereas on the Nintendo, there's already quite a substantial library of good games. Unfortunately, I have them all because they come out so spaced out that I can buy them all, which would actually be a good marketing strategy if it was done on purpose. But anyway, I'm rambling now because my pills have just kicked in. So I will speak to you all next week, and take it easy, the internet. Bye-bye.